Good morning, Mike here, The Fresh Rinse. On location at the Fresh Rinse Laboratory, it is Monday, November the 28th, 2022, the year of our Lord. Whereas today we begin a new series that we are calling the Complete Pressure Washing Rig Rebuild. Before we continue, be sure to like and subscribe. Also, hit that bell tab, and that way you can be alerted to future videos in this series. And speaking of this series, I'm thinking that this is going to take about 5 to 6 episodes. You don't want to miss a one. Hey, if you would please comment with what you would like to see in this video. Like, what are you most interested in? Would you like to see a little more emphasis on the assembly of the hose reels, or the machinery, or the 275-gallon tank, the plumbing, electrical, the installation of the AR-45, lubrication? Tell me, what would you like to see in this series? And then as I progress through the series, I can make sure to give some attention to that. I appreciate it. Thank you. So in this episode, you and I are going to take a tour around the rig, and I'm going to show you what all I'm going to be doing to change and adapt and adopt and reconfigure and add and subtract and multiply and all of that good stuff to make this the ultimate pressure washing rig for 2023. So let's get started. At some point today, my friend Brian Lucas from Soft Wash Pros of Hamilton, Ohio, is going to show up, more than likely just for the free lunch. But while I have him here, he's going to help me to offload the 8 machine and the 10 machine. Those are the heaviest items on the rig. Lord willing, I'll have a bunch of other things done before he gets here. Let's just kind of walk around and see what we're going to do. Again, we'll be removing the 8 machine with the help of Brian. First thing I'm going to do is offload all of the hoses throughout the rig and then begin to remove the hose reels. I have a 4th hose reel that I will be adding to the rig, which will sit right here where this box is. So this will be a stack unit, much like this. This will not change much. However, about halfway through 2022, I disabled the proportioner setup for my downstream injectors, which are right here. I had some problems with the valves and then just completely dismantled that. I'm going to order new Pentair valves to replace these, and that will get me started for 2023. I'll be able to meter my downstream injectors, so giving me full strength or giving me a weaker strength, and that will save on SH. This is the metering setup for the soft wash system, the 12-volt system. That will remain, as will the Flow Pro. However, Judd West says he is going to send me a sticker for the Flow Pro. All of this will remain, again, with the exception of the soft wash system. Look at this. It's an absolute mess. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put the 12 volt, but I will be keeping the 12 volt system and probably putting it on the buffer tank somewhere. Believe it or not, this rig is only 1 year old, maybe 16 months. And over the last 16 months, you can see how much rust has developed on the trailer. Most of this is coming from the exit point here where I attach my 3/8 hose for downstreaming. It wasn't until recently, after watching one of Joe Deary's videos, where I saw that he actually applied or attached rather the DN10 valve, and that allowed him to turn off the SH after every use. So you can imagine, after I wash, and if there's any SH whatsoever in the system, it's going to develop right here, and this is exactly what it does. I obviously have a leak somewhere right here, probably back here or right here, that causes this oxidation whatever to develop, and I'll be cleaning this up as well. So yeah, that's an absolute mess. But you can see how that a rig that is not aluminum will develop rust so quickly. Let's walk around to the other side. More rust here, and this is where I transfer chemical into my 55-gallon SH tank. Going to clean that up as well. The process will pretty much be me grinding down the entire surface and then priming the surface. And I'm considering, ooh, look there. I'm considering using some kind of a rubberized material. I'm going to go to Sherwin-Williams and ask them their opinion. Speaking of Sherwin-Williams, I'm going to be getting a blue stain for the entire floor of the rig, and I'll ask them what the best stuff is to use for that as well. I will also be building new jug hugs, and before we go any further, let me tell you, I'm not in the business of making or selling jug hugs. I thought I would early on, but as I use these, what I've noticed is that these hinges just rust so badly. The new hinges, or wait, what would you call those? Latches. The new ones I have are painted or powder coated, so that'll be good. But you can see now after, again, 16, 17 months, these are beginning to fail on me. But boy, I love them. They work great. I'm thinking that this is where my gas roof pump is going to be housed. I'm going to build a frame much like this for the gas roof pump to sit. It'll be right here, and I'm hoping that the manifold can be housed right here for easy access. That's where I'm kind of thinking that's where I want that. All of this will remain the same. I love this setup right here, especially with my 19-inch Whisper Wash Classic. However, I will be building a frame right here for my 31-inch Whisper Wash. So imagine a tray where it sits right here and will be standing vertical, and I'll have latches and so forth to keep that secure. I plan to buy a brand new 275-gallon tote, and all of the plumbing will pretty much be the same. All right, so first things first, I'm going to string out all of the hoses in the side yard down to the street, letting them drain, and then I'm going to disconnect both machines from the rig.
12 seconds later.
Okay, the hoses have been removed. I have them strung out in the side yard, and I have most everything removed from the boxes. I am so surprised at how much stuff I have, and I am taking an inventory of the things I did not use versus the things that I have used over the season, so I don't have to have so much stuff on my rig. Brian just sent me a text, said he is en route, so now I'm going to disconnect the 8 and the 10, and so when he gets here, we can offload those. And a real quick pro tip, something I learned from a previous build years ago: always, always, always use stainless hardware. Getting these out was a breeze, and they had not been touched in 16, 17 months. Came out like nobody's business, so always use stainless hardware. Normally, I would use a heat gun to heat up the 1.5-inch supply hoses that go to both the 8 and the 10. But because I'm going to be replacing these hoses, I'm just simply going to cut them off and make for easy removal. All right, I have Brian here. Everyone knows Brian, Soft Wash Pros, Hamilton, Ohio. Super good dude. He's going to help me to offload the 8 machine and the 10 machine, and we'll see where we're at when we do that, because I really want to get something to eat. So we're gonna have to like turn it one way or the other. Yeah. God. I think I just gotta break it loose. Oh, yes. 4, 2, 3. Okay. Break your arm back there. I'm good. There we go, right there. If it's any consolation, the 10 should be much harder. Okay. Ready? Oh no. 1, 2, 10. All right, so we're using these wheel dollies that you'd put under a car to shuffle the car around the garage to push these out of the way. Done with the 8, off to the 10. When you're ready. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Not gonna happen. 2, 3. You hold it. Okay, 3. Oh!
Yeah.
It will not die. All right, that's where we're at so far. We have all the machines are off, the hose reels are off, and the soft wash system is off. Now we have to remove this console here, if you will, this main power board or whatever, your control center. This is attached both to the box and to this rail here. That's what keeps this stable, this rail here. So we have this now unattached, and what we're going to do is just simply slide the box out. So we'll make that happen. It's easy. Okay, it is really, really bad. This is terrible. This is going to be a lot of fun. So all of this has still got to come off here, and we still have to remove the buffer tank and the plumbing and the SH tank, but sorry. Yeah, this is pressure washing right here. So those of you who are like, hey, I think I'm going to build a pressure washing rig. Yeah. Go ahead and do that. That's a mess. Fun times. All right, Brian just said something that made so much sense. Just repeat that, what you just said.
Hey, let's check out your pressure washer setup. If it's not looking like this, you're not making nothing. You don't have your bleach valves turned on every day if it's not like this.
In other words, this is what a real pressure washing business looks like.
Yeah.
Classic. I love it. Now let's remove the SH tank, and some of this stuff will pretty much be done. All right, we are done breaking down the trailer. Brian and I went out to eat, and here's what we got. Are you ready for this? Here we go. Yeah, this is what a completely disassembled pressure washing rig looks like. And check out all of this rust. It's a rust factory. It's hard to believe that all of that equipment was hiding all of this infestation of rust. It's terrible. It's going to be quite a chore to get all of this up and get it prepped for paint, but that's exactly what I intend to do. Tomorrow morning, I will go to Sherwin-Williams and I will purchase the paint for the floor. I'm hoping that I can find someone in our area who owns a pressure washing rig who can come and clean this up for me. I don't know of anyone. And I will also purchase the paint for the metal. And my goal is to have this thing painted by tomorrow, because at the latest Wednesday, we are supposed to begin getting rain at some point this week. So I'm a little nervous about that. Look at all of this mess and check out all these hoses. Most of this will get thrown in the trash. Oh man, I've got stuff all over the place and more over here. Yeah, I've got a mess everywhere, and I've got to get all of this cleaned up very, very soon before my wife gets home. She doesn't even know that I have a pressure washing business, so this is a dead giveaway. Thank you to Brian Lucas, Soft Wash Pros out of Hamilton, Ohio, for stopping by, helping me to disassemble the rig. We talked about Jesus a lot, hoping that Jesus will come tomorrow and help paint this trailer. All right. Again, be sure to like and subscribe. Certainly would appreciate it. Tomorrow we'll be painting, and at least that's the plan anyways. We'll see what happens. All right, Mike, the Fresh Rinse, and I'm out.